Fat activism.
What started with innocent makeup reviews quickly spiraled into a plus-size clown show, as JaeBae petitioned for wider hallways, stronger elevators, and bigger airplane seats. However, her downfall into delusion seems to have all come to a head in the past couple of months, as JaeBae has found herself thrown into prison. When I looked into the life of JaeBae closer, I found delusion, begging, hypocrisy, and honestly, so much worse. But it wasn't always like this. Jalen Chaley officially started her YouTube channel named JaeBae in 2019. It was just standard makeup and fashion reviews.
Hey guys, thank you so much for coming here to my channel. I'm so excited to share the products that I have that I'm going to unbox for you guys today.
How is it that, like, I mean, don't you know that it's bad to be on oxygen?
The first thing that sticks out is her breathing tube.
Yeah.
Which is surprising to see considering she's just 22 years old.
22? 22 years old and you're on oxygen. Oh my god.
Right now, I've been going through some health issues for the past few months.
And those health issues are pretty clearly related to her weight, as she has recently revealed that she weighs over 500 pounds. And
that means that she probably weighs over 600 pounds. I feel like at the point when your forehead starts accumulating weight, you have to acknowledge that you've been doing something wrong. It has nowhere else to go, so it's going to your forehead. Oh my god.
She started to realize that her clothing videos weren't getting the views that she wanted, except maybe the lingerie try-ons, which I won't be showing here.
Wow.
JaeBae decided to pivot slightly, and we can see the seeds of this idea when she uploaded her video titled Fat Shaming Storytime in 2019. She shared her stories of how she's been shamed for her weight in there.
So anyway, so I grew up around a lot of body shaming, a lot of fat shaming, gangs, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I had lots of family members tell me I wasn't gonna ever graduate high school because neither of my parents graduated high school. My mom had me when she was a teen, so I was told I was gonna have 2 kids by the time I was 17 years old. I was gonna live off welfare. I was gonna be just terrible for my entire life because of the people that I came from. And
told us how she's been put down her entire life and really put her victim mentality on full display. But the roots of her fat activism was starting to grow as she shared this delusional monologue which feeds into the healthy at every size movement.
I have had people say all kinds of stuff, tell me all kinds of things, and I prove them wrong, and so can you.
What are you talking about?
Size does not determine—
Oh, come on. I thought you meant like graduating high school.
Health. Skinny people saying, judging someone's health by what they look like, how big they are, is ridiculous, because what about people who smoke? Just because you are skinny does not mean you are healthy.
But just because you're fat does mean you're unhealthy. Skinny people aren't always healthy, but people who are 500 pounds are always unhealthy. If you are this size, you're unhealthy.
It's dangerous for a person who's over 500 pounds to deflect this much. By saying her size doesn't determine her health is honestly ridiculous. Especially when she's admitted herself that she has health issues and literally needs a breathing tube so she doesn't suffocate. Eventually though, she started leaning more and more into this activism, and although this is where she gets most of her popularity from, it's also the reason she became infamous in the plus-size community. And
you mean the fat community?
With a single video. Before we get into that though, it's important to realize that JaeBae started to lean into fat activism not to be just part of the movement, but because those views equaled money to her. She explained herself.
As a plus-size content creator, I have a different set of challenges than other creators do, but I have still made thousands of dollars being a content creator, and I would highly recommend getting into content creating if it's something that you're interested in.
So as these videos gained views, although it gained her hate, brands actually wanted to work with JaeBae just because of the views, and all of these viewers were positive.
I wonder
now,
why.
With that in mind, JaeBae posted the first of her videos which went mega viral, and that was about plus-size travel.
Plus-size travel tip. The Boeing 787 and Airbus A350 are the most plus-size friendly aircrafts.
This 6-second TikTok got over 1.7 million views alone, and from that point, Jalen decided to go all into her travel TikToks and videos.
Oh boy.
Videos about her travel tips gained hundreds and thousands of views.
Okay, so Alaska Airlines has a similar policy to Southwest Airlines, but it's a little bit different. Alaska Airlines does require that—
I hate this. I hate these fat euphemisms. Customer of size, please, in this, stop it.
You buy
customer of size
if you do not fit comfortably in one seat.
And the comments on this TikTok weren't exactly positive, but they're about to get a lot worse. As one of Jalen's videos went mega viral, picking up nearly 7 million views.
People tell me every day that I shouldn't be allowed on a plane because of my size. I'm here to remind you your size doesn't have to hold you back.
I mean, how is it like that you're wearing a breathing tube and you're also basically wearing a hospital gown? Like, I mean, at what point do you realize that maybe you're doing something wrong? These people think that they have the right to be 600 pounds and the whole world has to accommodate for it. No, we don't. If you want to be 600 pounds, that's fine. Usually people that are 600 pounds, they're not around very long, right? That's number one. Number two is that not everybody else in the world needs to accommodate to you. You're like the 1%. Why does the whole world need to accommodate to someone who's 600 pounds? It's crazy.
JaeBae started to feel as though the world was against her.
I bet.
She even talked about how plus-size people could survive flights, as if getting into a plane was a life-or-death scenario, and shared her next viral video, which gained 17 million views.
Things that plus-size travelers hate. When the tray table can't calm down. Worrying about asking for a seatbelt extender. Having little to no room to move. Tiny airplane bathrooms. Worrying you're going to break the toilet.
It's gotta be a joke. Oh my god.
Getting head down because you're fat. Tiny airport chairs with armrests.
Oh
and
no.
The comments were brutal yet again, but they were about to get even more
Whose
brutal.
fault is that? Bro, exactly. Whose fault is that?
As JaeBae started her first petition off the back of these videos.
I am
Yeah.
advocating for policies and measures to make air travel more comfortable and accessible.
So they want to change the whole world to fit around them. This is amazing.
As travelers. My petition is based on personal experiences of discrimination and discomfort while traveling by myself and with my partner. We have faced hateful comments, disapproving looks, and even refusal to sit next to us because of our size. The
Well,
mistreatment
yeah. Why would somebody want to sit next to somebody that's 500 pounds? Like, there's two reasons. Number one, it's because they're probably going to be pressed up against you. And number two, you probably smell bad.
of plus-size travelers is absolutely unacceptable, and urgent action is needed to protect the dignity and rights of all passengers, regardless of their size.
Jalen launched her petition, which at the time of recording has around 40,000 signatures, which laid bare her unrealistic demands. The first of these demands, which honestly isn't too bad, is just for flights to have a customer of size policy for tall people, disabled people, and of course, morbidly obese people. However, the next...
No, one is not like the others. If you're morbidly obese, it's probably because you can't stop eating food or you have some sort of problem that you've created yourself. Being fat is a choice. That's the difference.
Item on the list is where it gets really strange and controversial, as she demands that airlines must give morbidly obese people a free seat, or even multiple free seats, so that they don't spill over into the next chair. Many people have said that this is frustrating, as why should an obese person get an entire row to themselves just for free? Surprisingly, some airlines do actually have a similar customer size policy, and it's led to some extremely shocking news stories. In 2023, a woman booked up and paid upfront for her flight from Montego Bay to Baltimore, where she was traveling with 2 teenagers. However, an obese person needed an extra seat, of course, for free. This led to the woman and the 2 teenagers being kicked off.
We need to stop catering to hogs like this. This is absolutely ridiculous.
The flight in order to make room for this obese woman who had not paid for the extra seat and had not told staff that she needed an extra seat beforehand.
Southwest Airlines sets an incredible example by prioritizing passenger well-being by offering a free second seat or reimbursement for the purchase of an additional seat for comfort and safety of those needing extra space. These policies enhance safety and reduces discomfort and health risks associated with cramped plane seating. Southwest Airlines' customer size policy should serve as a model for other airlines, encouraging them to accommodate plus-size passengers and eliminate discrimination.
Jalen didn't just stop at airlines and their policies, as she began to suggest that hotels were being fat-phobic.
These are the exact steps that hotels can take to be more size inclusive and accessible for travelers of all sizes. Number 1 on the list, provide
It's not travelers of all sizes. It's travelers of your size.
Wider chairs without armrests in guest rooms, lobbies, and common areas to accommodate different body sizes and types. Number 2, ensure beds with strong support and a higher weight capacity.
No way. You're talking about the bed. What did you do to the bed?
Along with providing reinforced chairs and wider backing facilities.
Reinforced chairs? So now the entire hotel has to have titanium chairs or tungsten chairs because you want to sit on a chair. Like, This is unbelievable. Like, really, it's so outrageous.
Number 3, make elevators and hallways spacious to allow for easy movement of larger individuals and those utilizing mobility devices. Number 4, install grab bars in showers and near toilets.
Grab
Offer
bars?
adjustable handheld shower heads and raised toilet seats for added accessibility. Number 5, train staff to be respectful, understanding, and accommodating to travelers of all sizes.
In May of 2024, she uploaded a video of some apparently disgusting discrimination she had faced in.
As I approached her, she realized she'd be assisting me and not one of the smaller passengers. She started to walk away with the wheelchair while making comments about my size. Like, my dad had this happen at the airport. The wheelchair help at the airport is absolutely tier. It is insanely high quality, and it's meant for people that have actual real disabilities, not fat people who can't stop eating food. There is a limited amount of those wheelchairs and those people that are there to help elderly and disabled people get around and be able to live their lives. The fact that you have these people hogging up all the wheelchairs, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's completely selfish.
In February of 2025, JaeBae talked again with a plan for action.
Familiar with my experience at SeaTac, where they refused to push me in a wheelchair. They refused to push me because I was too fat. And they had absolutely no consideration for my physical health, my well-being, my needs. I thought maybe I was the only person that happened to experience that, and it was just something that was really uncommon.
And then let me guess, there's a lot of fat people who have had this same problem and have caused this same issue at airports.
And then I talked to someone incredible in our community, and they're a much smaller fat person than I am, and they experienced the same thing.
JaeBae did not relent and continued on her rant.
Ever had a bad experience with SeaTac? We would love for you to come out and be part of the protest.
Oh my God, please if this video doesn't end in a protest of a bunch of fat people sitting outside an airport, I'm going to be so upset. Please, please, please.
Show them that they cannot treat people like this. They cannot treat anyone like this, and they cannot treat fat people like this. This is unacceptable, and it's discrimination, and it will not be tolerated any longer. We will be at SeaTac Airport Tuesday, February 4th.
So JaeBae had spoke to countless people who had had the same experience of discrimination and who were also outraged for the situation they'd been put in. JaeBae uploaded this call to action and gained 140,000 views with support from the comments and her community. So February 4th rolled in, and so did JaeBae at SeaTac Airport, and she kickstarted her protest.
I got what I wanted.
However, she was the only attendee, holding up a lonely sign all alone in a pretty deserted airport. People in her comments weren't exactly supportive either. Why should someone risk physical injury to push you?
Exactly.
So you're really expecting the average person to be able to push your entire body weight when you can't even walk or get yourself around due to your body weight? Things were heating up for JaeBae. The videos were more popular than ever, but it wasn't exactly positive attention. Yeah. Now, I don't agree with flat-out bullying, but I think it's important to point out the flaws in JaeBae's argument.
I don't agree with bullying, but I do agree with being firm, decisive, and definitive that being fat like that is extremely unhealthy. Obviously, if you want to be 600 pounds, that's fine, but the world doesn't need to conform around your behavior. These people are selfish and totally self-serving. They don't care about how they inconvenience other people.
The 23rd of February 2025, she posted this video to her Instagram, showing her crying in the car, videoing her feet, and what seems to be her throwing up into a bag. The caption was even stranger too, and I am now safe. My perpetrator is going to be served, and what they have done to me will be exposed. And it's not clear what was actually wrong with JaeBae, except in her bio she states it was abuse and sepsis, but what she did share was a GoFundMe. But one person commented that her post was dramatic, and JaeBae actually threatened them with legal action if they didn't remove that. JaeBae DM'd another person and continued to insult them, even threatened to get them fired from their job. It's completely ironic that JaeBae, someone who's advocated for the rights of fat people, completely broke down at someone, and the first thing she did was laugh at their physical appearance. In my opinion, just shows her true colours as an absolute grifter. She only cares if she can make money.
That's right.
And if someone tries to stop her from making money, she actually attacks them. Unfortunately for JaeBae, the real trouble was still yet to come, and she would soon face the consequences for her actions. On the 3rd of March 2025, someone on Reddit posted some breaking news. We were tipped off to JaeBae being arrested. Charges include a Class C felony. Charge sheet wasn't looking good. 1 count of misuse of 911 system, 1 count of resisting arrest and obstructing law enforcement, and finally 1 count of assault and criminal trespass. Now, I'm no expert, but I think the assault charge being felony Class C is quite a big deal, and ChatGPT told me that it could lead to a prison time of 3 to 10 years and fines of up to $10,000. JaeBae is the prime example of a fat activism grifter. As soon as she realized she could make money from travel videos, posting rage bait online, and get rewarded while doing so, she lent into it even more, causing her worldview to get more and more twisted and delusional. She kept her victim mindset throughout, causing her to pay the ultimate price and lose all respect of the internet.
The reason why I go so hard against these people is because they push a lie that hurts other people. They create this narrative that misleads young women into thinking that it's normal, acceptable, and okay in order to do this. They want other people to be fat, and they want to justify being fat and change medical definitions and mislead people into believing a lie in order to justify their own lifestyle. That's the reason why it's bad.